at the top of his mind, and he keeps talking about what is the mental health of the people of Lagos State. To alleviate some of these issues, His Excellency, as you know, has a cabinet that is full of young people, strategists, and it struck me that there are a significant number of planners and experts on logistics, transport, housing, water, in an effort to create an environment that is healthy, that is comfortable, where we diminish the stress and strain that people feel on a daily basis.
Gentlemen, I present to you the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa.
You're welcome, Right Honorable. Thank you very much for affording us the time. You are in the presence of medical doctors, specialists, experts. So I hope that before you leave this avenue, you will have your blood pressure and your blood sugar checked. Free of charge.
That's very kind of you.
And later we will arrange for you to have your prostate blood test. Right Honorable, there's been a slight breach in protocol, so I'm delivering His Excellency's message to this congregation. Just to slightly recap, I was talking about the key points of His Excellency's mandate, the Lagos State Health Scheme, his commitment to increasing funding from its current state of about 8% towards health to that of 15%, which is the recommendation of the Abuja Declaration. I mentioned that even in that 8% that is currently allocated to health, we still are not drawing down on the budget completely. So His Excellency has asked that we address the welfare of healthcare professionals over a period of time, and to sit with my esteemed colleagues in the profession to try and understand what the problems are and why is it that there is such an eagerness for our professionals to leave the shores of Nigeria via usually Lagos. We need to talk about providing the environment for them to practice their profession with job satisfaction. We need to talk about restoring the respect and the dignity of the healthcare profession. From the National Council on Health in Asaba last week, and I was a little bit disappointed as a Lagosian to find that there are some states in Nigeria that have surpassed us. Surpassed us in terms of infrastructure at primary healthcare level. Surpassed us in terms of human resources that are in those facilities and the caliber of health that is delivered at the primary healthcare level. So one of the greatest priorities of the Ministry of Health for the next 4 years is to decongest the healthcare system, ensure that what we do at the primary healthcare level is not pushed into the secondary healthcare level, and so on and so forth. For us to do that, we all need to sit together and try and understand what's the best way to fix the foundation, which is the primary healthcare level. So we will be meeting with all the stakeholders, the House of Assembly, the local government authorities, Ministry of Health, the associations, the communities, and our international funders to try and put all our effort to ensure that we structure the primary healthcare services, decongest the secondary, and provide improved services for our professionals and our community at the different tiers of health. And at the same time, we hope that that will improve the working environment for all our colleagues. We will pay a special attention to the welfare of our professionals, try and convince them that there is no place like home. And that while you may think that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, you will soon realize that it is better to be home and contributing to the solutions of the problems that we have in Nigeria and Lagos State. On that note, I would like to just thank you once again for this opportunity. It's been a very busy schedule, as you know. As soon as we started in office, it was the 100 days of His Excellency, and we have been busy commissioning facilities and commissioning services that we believe will make living in Lagos State a more comfortable, less stressful, and less toxic experience for the people of Lagos State. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please keep the applause going as he returns to his seat. Permit me to properly introduce the chairman of this occasion. He came in briefly and we acknowledged him. But I'd like to take a few minutes to properly introduce to you the chairman of this occasion, Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa. Right Honorable Obasa is the longest serving member of the House of Assembly. He's a 5-time member. He's currently on his 5th term, a brilliant and highly cerebral legislator, a distinguished legal practitioner of many years post-call. He is the honorable member representing Agege Constituency 1. As you can see with his special insignia. He is also the chairman, Conference of Speakers, Federal Republic of Nigeria. He's the number 3 citizen of our great state, Lagos State, and definitely the speaker of the most dynamic and erudite House of Assembly in Nigeria, the Lagos State House of Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa, our 5-star general, as we call it. We'd like to continue by asking him to say a few words as the chairman of this occasion.
Good afternoon. By my watch, okay? It seems as I'm running late, my watch is somehow faster now. Well, I sincerely want to thank you all for giving me this honor to stand before you, in the midst of the noble professionals. But the Professor, Honorable Commissioner for Health, has warned me that before I go, those things I have to go through. And I'm going to assure him that he should fix another date for me. I'll come back to because I'm not really prepared for that. Like almost 4 days has been on my neck. As my people, my friend, they want you to come. The medical doctors, what is my problem with the doctors? When I'm sick, I know where to go. Thank God I'm not sick. So why do they want to see me? Well, on Tuesday, on Monday, we had our sitting plenary, and the gentlemen came. You know, they were sitting in the gallery, and the guy approached me again that they are here. Before I stepped in, they are here, they are here, they are coming. And I was looking at them. Immediately after sitting again, I was rushing down to Ikoyi. At the reception, they find out again, saw them again. Okay, this means there is no escape route for me on this matter. Because if you see those gentlemen who sat throughout the sitting period, at the plenary, and at the same time waiting at the reception for the speaker to come out, then there is no way. If you really want to continue to be the speaker, then you want not this. And I want to say thank you for having me, and I'm happy to stand before you this morning. I've been corrected, so I won't look at the watches, so I'll just continue to. So I thank you, and I'm happy to stand before you. And our sisters who has done the introduction, well, she's one leg part of the house, and I'm surprised that she's here again, one leg with the medical doctors. So I hope that's what we do with the lawyers. So we'll see. We thank you very much. Well, Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, ably represented by a new brand commissioner. Prophet, yeah, is a new brand commissioner. Our prof and the chairman of this association. At this point, I beg to stand on the assistant protocol. It is my delight to be at this occasion, marking annual general meeting and scientific conference of the Association of General and Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria, the Lagos State branch. I am aware that this occasion brings together medical and dental doctors in both public and private practice, either as owners or employees and professionals across the state, to engage in purposeful deliberations on contemporary issues and challenges in the health sector, to chart the way forward for medicine and medical practice in Lagos State and Nigeria as a whole. Distinguished guests, the medical profession is considered a noble profession, and the doctors have always been compared and equated when next to God. The medical profession is essential and crucial to achieving sustainable healthcare management and administration in the country. Over the years, it has remained relevant and consistent in delivering basic healthcare services towards ensuring a healthy human community within the society. At the same time, the medical practice in Nigeria has evolved in scope and practice. In times of changing disease patterns, patient needs, and social expectation, with its attendant groundbreaking achievements. However, the annual conference of the body of medical doctors and dentists therefore is essential, as it will afford you the opportunity to review your past achievements and project into the future. Medical practice is sensitive and significant to healthcare of our people. Those saddled with the care of other members of the public must be diligent in the discharge of their responsibilities and abide by the ethics of the profession. As you convene here today, the challenge before you all is to review and update the effective mechanism you have put in place to regulate medical practice and improve its standard. all over the world. Medical practice is advancing by the day, especially with the continued advance in technology. Ours must not be an exception. Our medical doctors and health workers must rise to the challenges of globalization in medical practice. A system that ensures global networking for best practices in the profession must be pursued to enhance professionalism. Ladies and gentlemen, as the theme of this gathering focuses on gaps in healthcare reform strategic plans, it is pertinent to draw the attention of these noblemen to some gray areas that require urgent need, which I believe should be some of the reasons for this convergence. Over time, we have seen a growing commitment by Nigerian policymakers to address gaps in the healthcare system, including a strong focus on primary health care, the front line of health. However, poor health outcomes persist throughout the country. It has been argued in some quarters that some medical practitioners now use their noble profession as an avenue to exploit people. Several Nigerians have alleged that doctors in public hospitals even refer patients to their private clinics for treatment in order to make more money off them. Some are also accused of prescribing cesarean section for pregnant women because of its cost benefits when they might be able to deliver of their children by themselves. Likewise, the issue of some doctors' nonchalant attitude to their patients' call for immediate address. The word noble means that a doctor should have qualities like compassion, caring, giving, sharing, concern, and helping. However, supposedly it should be caring and compassionate, but operate otherwise. Also, it is a serious matter that the law regulating private practices by medical doctors and dentists in public practices has been exploited by some doctors to shun their duties in public hospitals, even during their official hours. Permit me to add too that this association still has a lot to do in combating fake drugs in circulation. Nevertheless, it is common knowledge there is a constellation of socio-economic and environmental challenges that are being experienced from hospitals nationwide, ranging from brain drain, poor remuneration, obsolete infrastructure, inadequate medical facilities, and underfunding of the hospitals. Some of these issues are expected to be deliberated upon in the course of this meeting towards having panacea to them. Building a high-performing healthcare system accessible to all in our country is a great challenge. Yet, we are optimistic that Nigeria is on the right path. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, while commending efforts of members of this esteemed association, especially those in the employment of the state government, for their contributions to the healthcare delivery in the state, let me assure you of our concern and commitment as legislators towards ensuring welfare of medical doctors, dentists, and workers in the state. As we care for the sick and the feeble in the society, we also care about your welfare and that of the hospital environment. We appreciate your commitment and selfless service to the society, and we shall continue to do all within the available resources to ensure our medical doctors and health workers are comfortable while discharging their professional responsibility. Finally, I congratulate the executive and the entire membership of the Association of General and Private Medical Practitioners in Nigeria, the Lagos branch on this occasion. It is therefore my hope that at the close of this conference, your knowledge in medical practice will have been enhanced and enriched for future challenges in your esteemed profession. Thank you for listening. I'm very grateful. to stand before the noble men of our society. I thank you very much. Thank you.
Please keep the applause going. Thank you, sir. Can we just have a few minutes to take some photographs with Right Honorable, because I know that his time is very precious. Yes. Then the panelists should please join. Representative, Mr. Akibade, please join them. After that, can we have all the members of the... there's something there. Treasured goods get themselves ready to join. Mr. Chief, we cannot see you. That's better. Thank you. Okay, please can we, have you taken this round? Okay, please can they just give room for all our FAGPs and DMPs to please step forward in their robes. Kindly please step forward quickly. Oh, they're taking it up. Okay, please just step forward quickly. Please just step forward quickly. Don't worry, we'll know you. Some people should step forward, step down. Some people should stand in front. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The last picture is Dr. Refalomo, please. Dr. Alan Williams, please. Dr. Awelenje, Dr. Shinowo, please step forward. Mrs. Abayomi, please step forward. Dr. Abayomi, Dr. Akitade, Mrs. Akitade. Dr. Molala, please fit yourself in there. Yes. Thank you very much.
All right, sir.
These are the stakeholders. Behold, the face of Lagos State healthcare. Thank you very much. Can we resume, please? Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, Maz. We want to create the AGPMPN headquarters. We're going to call on the governor of our state, His Excellency, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, ably represented by our Honorable Commissioner, Professor Aki Abayomi. So please step forward. Can we take our seats, please? This is a very distinguished moment in the history of AGPMPN. I will call on our able representative of His Excellency, also standing in his own capacity, Professor Aki Abayomi, to please step forward. Yes, come down. I'd like to crave the indulgence of the Right Honorable Speaker to please also come down. You cannot have a juggernaut like this in the House and to just be our supporter. I would like to call on the chairman of Lagos State AGPMPN, whose initiative this is. We pray that you will see it during your tenure. Otherwise, we thank God for the initiative. It's not all those who start that finish what it must be started. This is the prototype of the Secretariat for the AGPMPN. He has mentioned it in his speech that this is something that we need to get done. So therefore, we call on Professor AGPMPN to unveil this in the presence of the chairman representing all members of AGPMPN, and of course, the seal of Lagos State in the presence of Right Honorable Udashiro. So, kind sir, give you the privilege to unveil this. I would ask him to give us just one or two words on that building.
Yes, I want to seek the permission of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, to permit me to seek the presence of our Grand Patron at this epoch.
So, on this grand occasion, and in your presence, we are about to unveil the prototype of your secretariat. I understand it's going to be in the constituency of the Right Honorable Speaker. So what a befitting moment for him here to witness this, so that I can see why you made it possible by any means that he should be here. So that it will not just be me, we will be handcuffed together as we make the case to His Excellency that this must be a project that sees its rightful fruition. You cannot manifest anything in the natural until you have imagined it in the spiritual. So we have transformed the concept from the spiritual into the prototype, which we are going to unveil here. And when we unveil it, then we realize how it's going to translate itself into the edifice that you so desperately crave. So on this moment, I am very privileged to be flanked by the Grand Patron, Dr. Falomo, who has been a mentor to me, always giving me advice. Anytime I have a problem, I go to him. I was very worried that he would not be here today, but I'm glad he's returned from his journey and he's looking hale and hearty. We are flanked by the number 3 citizen of Lagos State, who is going to witness, as on behalf of His Excellency, I unveil this edifice. So we're about to do that right now. Wow. It is going to be ambitious. And by the grace of God, we shall see this imagination, this architectural design, this edifice, this place where we will all gather as a think tank to design the healthcare strategies for both the public and the private to ensure that Lagos State becomes the shining example of perfect healthcare for African megacities. It is our collective responsibility that that must happen. We cannot be members of the community and constantly complaining and grumbling. The responsibility lies on our shoulders. And we are here as government, as citizens, as community, as experts, to assure you that there is complete political will to ensure that nobody can look at Lagos State and say it is not the center of excellence for the medical profession. On this occasion, I congratulate the association, all those that have been responsible for this, for the planning, for the architectural designs, for the thought process that goes into it, and for the vision, because they say people perish without a vision. So thank you very much, and I'm honored to have unveiled this edifice, and perhaps our chairman can give us a little bit of background about the architectural development and what kind of time frame we are talking about. Thank you very much.
His Excellency to take a seat because we're going to speak for a few minutes. And the Right Honorable Speaker, please. Let him have a seat. Yes.
So before I take my seat, and with permission from Right Honorable, I would like to formally declare this conference open.
The Right Honorable Speaker, the chairman of all legislators in the entire Nigeria, and the longest serving legislator in Africa sub-Sahara, the Right Honorable Alhaji Mudashiru Ajayi Okosa. You can see the reason while I was doing my welcoming speech. I said I'm so excited. And the event planner sent me some messages last week and said I'm going to speak for 5 minutes. And in that message, I saw the CMD of Lasut saying that you allowed the First Lady to speak for 45 minutes. This person spoke for this. I am not going to entertain anybody to stop me when I'm so excited. So the MC and the planner permit me to speak. Your Excellency, sir, I am the youngest of all the professionals here. And they have actually sent me to do this work. But before starting this job, it is a common saying that behind every successful man, there is a woman. Behind this project, there is a woman. And I want to use this opportunity to invite her to this podium. Architect Okuwejo, please. This woman has been with us from inception of this project. The land was given to AGPMPN by His Excellency Yashuaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because of his passion for the medical practice. And the elders of this association has said this must come to fruition. It is unfortunate that we do not have the fund to do it. But where we have reached, where we are doing it, because it's due, it is from the dues that members are contributing. So the entire fund is not available, but we keep diluting it until we're here. And we said, look, we're not going to die. We have people. And we said, this project is in the constituency of the Right Honorable Speaker. Right. the entire State Executive Council have agreed that if it's the main hall, we have to name it after him. So, the entire AGPMPN, please can you kindly say thank you for this woman who has been showing some perseverance. Your Excellency, sir, I have come with this document, and there's an acknowledged copy that today, in the presence of the teaming members of AGPMPN, we are soliciting for your support for this project. What we have done, I'm even surprised that the pictures are not going on. Secretariat, please. From inception, the pictures, can you please? But the pictures are here, Your Excellency, sir. And I'm going to hand over this, accompanied by the architect, to His Excellency. And because we have gone to other states, my state chairman, NME chairman is here. We have seen that the state government, if you go to Delta State, the doctor's house there is an edifice. And it's built by government from the beginning to the end, not from contributions. And Lagos State cannot be an exception. Your Excellency, sir, it is the template of all the work, I'm not speaking on health alone, that is developed from Lagos that every other state copied. And that starts to be quoted. All states that have started their health insurance, they developed from our templates because we gave them the government. Lagos is a pace setter, and this must happen during your tenure. On behalf of my entire members, it is my pleasure to present to you the documents and the pictorials of what we have done so far. To His Excellency, sir, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide. And it is our belief that this project will come to fruition during this tenure. Please, can I have the second document, please? The Right Honorable Speaker, we did not make a mistake to bring you here. It's intended and it's been in the pipeline for 3 years. During the campaign to bring in the Executive Governor of Lagos State, I'm talking about the current Honorable Minister for Works, about Fashola. When some of us were going around monitoring elections with cameras, that was when I personally spotted the speaker. And I said, one day, I will have the opportunity. I will have the opportunity to speak to the speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, it is my humble pleasure to declare, by the power confided in me by the general practitioners in Lagos State, that the main hall of this edifice shall be named after the Right Honorable Speaker of Lagos State, Alhaji Bolashiru A. Obasa, and your support is needed in this direction. Thank you very much, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, have I spoken your mind? Thank you very much.
This is a crew. And I'm not a willing participant. Because you have cornered my Oga and it's not allowed. Having him in our midst, especially when the edifice is going to be sited in his constituency, it only marks that God has a hand. It's already there. So God has a hand in our deliberations today. And we hope that he will see it through. We'd like to just continue quickly while we round up the opening ceremony. We have a number of distinguished partners who are here with us. You know, the practice of medicine is not just a one-man affair. It's made up of a team of practitioners that make up the delivery of premium healthcare. So we have our sister organizations that are here. I would like to give them a very small opportunity to just say hello. Thank you for bringing us here, and God bless you. Just to take one of the panel sessions early. The panelists are here, and I think it's important for us to go through that package so that the message of this scientific conference is taken back to His Excellency. So please, our President of the AGPMPN here, can we have Dr. K. Adeshola step forward, please, and come and join them here. Dr. K. Thank you very much. God bless you. Without much ado, we'd like to start with NMA Chairman, Dr. Oseni. One or two words. I know he's not a man of many words, so he will set the trend.
Well, I want to really admire him, and I believe it's a sign that the best is just to start for health in Lagos State. Also, I want to recognize Right Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, whom I've come to know a lot about, and I'm impressed. I'm having him around there, and I want to assure AGPMPN that he's a man of his word, and he will. So, welcome to this outing. The elders of the profession, all the stakeholders in health here, and the friends and families of the house. I want to say that while His Excellency has actually showed clearly about his concern for health in Lagos State, which we are aware, we've been working with him, and our Excellency too has been impressive, and we pray that God will help them to achieve their goals. I want to just make a few notes of the theme. We know that the carer for the carer were the public, and we need to retrieve it, we need to recover it, we need to regain it. It's a challenge to all of us as professionals, it's a challenge to all of us as a medical practitioner. I think a word is enough for the wise. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
The Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, ably represented by our Commissioner, Professor Akin Abayomi, the 5-star general, the longest serving legislator in Africa, and the Speaker of the most vibrant House of Assembly in Nigeria. I call you General Mudashiru Obasa. You're welcome, sir. The Chairman of NMA, Dr. Sani Oseni, and the Chairman of AGPMPN, my own brother, the guest speaker, Dr. Adilokun, Dr. K. Adeshola, my own brother, my Vice President, and former President of AGPMPN, Dr. Morola, Baba Misa, we call Baba Falomo, Baba Doctor. Well, some people said I'm gradually becoming Baba Doctor too. My distinguished distinguished elder Dr. Alan Fatai Williams, my distinguished elders, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to be here because I'm part of you. I'm a fellow of this association. And I remember when we founded the Agege Zone. I also come from Agege, so I'm in your attention. When we founded the Agege Zone of the NMA, we said AGPMPN was a part of it because AGPMPN is the sole driving enemy. And when I was secretary of NMA, I always remember that the members always complained, the AGPM members, that NMA was not interested in the affairs of private practitioners, but rather they were interested in the affairs of resident doctors. And I said, the president, the secretary general must attend the meetings. They were always in their meetings, and I used my position to ensure that anytime we were discussing very important issues concerning private practice, I made sure they participated. That was the only time they now said, oh, we didn't know that that's the way it is done in NMB. I'm happy that today we are all here together, both as members of AGPMPN and members of the NMA. Now, I'm happy also about what the chairman said, that in the past, government was never really interested in the affairs of the medical profession. I'm happy things are changing. We all know what happens when lawyers are having their meetings. You have the president, you have the vice president, you have the president. We will get that. This hall is full enough, and I think next year it will be better. Thank you very much. Now, talking about the theme, who care for the carers? It's unfortunate that people leave the country. More than 1/3 of the names of doctors in the MDC register are not in this country. And 70% of the many ones are in the urban areas, which is only 30% of the population of the country. It's so unfortunate. And when we talk about poverty, poverty doesn't know anybody. It's unfortunate when you now see doctors, even consultants, having to go from place to place in a bus. But what can you do? I think things have to be done. Poverty must be eradicated. I like what was said that brain drain, yes, brain gain, yes, we can do it. Most of these centers abroad are manned by Nigerians. So all we need to do is to create the enabling environment. And I want to thank His Excellency for the promise that the budget, the Abuja Declaration of 2014, where all African countries decided that 15% of the annual budget must be dedicated to health. Unfortunately, only Mauritius and maybe Tanzania complied. As I speak, at the federal level, it has always been around 1/3 of that 15%. It's only Lagos State that has reached 8%, 9%, and even the promise we are going to reach 15%. Not just by paper, it must be reached, because sometimes budgets are statements of intention. You just write to access becomes a problem. But we have a promise that we will have access to health, access to the budget, and we are very grateful to the governor. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here again, and I want to assure you that Lagos State government will always partner with you as far as Health Service Commission is concerned. Most of you know me. I'm one of you. Someday I will come back to you and continue to be part of you. Congratulations for this conference. Thank you very much.
The reason why he's successfully raised an elemental lifer representing the National Association of Private Nurses for his own good rules.
Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, to be represented by our own Honorable Commissioner, Professor Akin Abayomi, the Honorable Speaker, sir, Lagos State House of Assembly, and the other protocol duly respected. It's my pleasure to be here this morning again. I'm glad that since Dr. Akitade has been heading this association, he has been trying to ensure that there's synergy between the doctors and all other professionals. I see this as a very good thing to happen. Nobody sitting here that will say he has a very good practice. Managing an hospital, I would say there's no nurse there. A doctor can still even go out and leave the nurses and come back. But I don't think that the whole nurses can go out at the time and to remain the doctor there. Any patient that comes in will know that there is a problem with that hospital. So there's no way we can act in isolation. His Excellency has been talking about the primary health care, but this is a very good development. I think it should be
that should come to pass. Because it's not all about just saying these things. It has been on saying, but I think it's high time that Lagos State must take the bull by the horn and act well. I wish all doctors here happy deliberation, and I'm expecting that outcome of this will bring more synergy. But I wish all other health professionals will make a sector to move forward. Thank you very much, and God bless you. And I will be using this opportunity to say that the Honorable Commissioner, we are coming to you. Our AGM is coming up in October 7th. We are coming to your office. And the Honorable Speaker, nobody acts in isolation in the health sector. If we don't attend the nurses, there may be a problem in the health sector.
I'd like to ask if there's a representative of the Pharmacists Council in the House. Okay, but we know that they're sending us our goodwill messages. Before we leave there, please, we have the president of the Medical Women Association of Nigeria. Here present, Dr. Momi Bakari. Please give us 1 or 2 sentences.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, the newly appointed Commissioner of Health, new branch, and excellent different, Professor Akin Abayomi, and the longest serving Speaker of the House of Rep in the whole world, if I can put it that way. Honorable Basta, and my chairman of the Lagos State AGPMPN, Dr. Tuji Akilade, and the other protocol duly observed. I'm indeed happy to represent the Medical Women Association of Nigeria, Lagos State branch. I'm Dr. Momi Bakari, and I bring you greetings from the association. And we are really very delighted to be part of doctors. Apart from nurses, you know, female doctors are also part of the people that move the health system forward. We want to appreciate what the Association of Private General Medical Practitioners is doing. We agree that the care of the carer is indeed very important, and we know that we can only do this by working together, by ensuring that we have adequate policies, ensuring that the policies on human resource for health is adequately implemented and taken to the grassroots. I want to congratulate the organizers of the program. I want to wish you a fruitful deliberation. Thank you and God bless.
Here, the director of Lagos State Chairman, heavily represented by the Secretary, Akujobi Igwe. And you step forward, please.
Starting on the existing protocol, I know we have a constraint with time. I want to thank the organizers for extending invitation to the other healthcare professionals in Lagos State. I'm looking at the topic that has been chosen for this event. It's something that is very important to consider. Who cares for the carers? Gaps in the health reform strategies is something that has long not been looked at. It's something that is very important because the person whose role or responsibility is to give care also needs also to get care. And if the person is neglected, the chances are very high that the work of that person or the role the person is expected to play in the society definitely is going to suffer. So I'm wishing the doctors in Lagos State a good deliberation, and we're very optimistic that the outcome of this deliberation will go a long way to help healthcare in Lagos State. Once again, thank you very much, and I wish you all a fruitful deliberation.
Nigeria, are they represented? Well, we extend goodwill messages from AGPMPN to this organization. Mr. Osonyi Olaolu Osonyi. Oh yes, please.
Stand on existing protocols. I want to thank you for inviting me. I'm happy that we are building a gap, we are bridging the gap between lawyers in the health sector and practitioners in the health sector. It's imperative for us to emphasize the fact that we're supposed to work together, and we continue to work with you and for you. I'm happy they no longer see us as ambulance chasers. And they're no longer withdrawn when they see us. I believe they should understand and emphasize the fact that we're both partners in progress. So we wish you happy deliberations on your scientific conference. We shall be the World Gecko, listening attentively to your deliberations. And when we need to give you medical, legal or legal advice, we shall always do that as a time. So thank you so much for having me around.
Lawyers have this wonderful way of making you know that they are keeping you in check. Okay, World Gecko, that's a new one. We do have a representative, like we said, we do have a representative from our national chairman here present. Dr. K is here. Dr. K, you know all these cards that are too big of AGPMPN, so please, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. K Adishala. He's one of you, but he's standing in a higher capacity. Oh, you see now.
His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, even represented by our amiable Commissioner, the Honorable Speaker,
Right.
all protocols due observe. Just trying to save time.
Yes, please.
Due respect, please. Have the address of the National President. First of all, I must tender the apology he has sent. As at last, about 2 weeks ago, we had a meeting here around this GRA, and he assured me that I was going to be at this AGM. Just this morning, he called me, and there were some emergencies that I had to attend to. He still prayed that I will be able to come in this evening. We remember last year he was there throughout our AGM. He stayed around throughout the days. So we're still expecting him, but he has sent in these words to us. He is still hoping he'll be able to join us. Last year, we remember he was in Lagos throughout. Somebody that does not play with Lagos State at all. This message he has sent to us with us, our strength is in our unity. Our future is in our hands. This is the address by our National President, Dr. Upu Aikodo, on the occasion of this 2019 AGM Scientific Conference, holding today. I'll just try to save time. You don't know that. Permit me to begin my address on this note of reawakening. It underscores the mood of the moment for our dear profession, and in particular, our practices as self-employed stakeholders. Up to this, we also remember when the Honorable Speaker was speaking, I hope I'm right, he made mention of issue of technology. The meeting we had in GRA about 2 weeks ago is centered around how we can access better technology. Because it is a well-known fact that those doctors who are Nigerians, most of them trained here from the beginning, they took their trainings there before they went to US, to UK and the rest of them. They are just like us. The difference we have seen is the level of technology available to them. And we took that initiative at our NEC meeting a month ago in Enugu, met with some of the high-class instrument companies in the country, And that was a follow-up in GRA. We're trying to go into negotiation with them and having the kind of agreement whereby any doctor in this country will be able to approach them and get equipment for use in the hospital. Not when you want to buy an equipment of 30 million, they tell you to go and bring 30 million. Or they link you up with a bank that will now put 27%, 32%. And so because of this, we realize that a lot of our members are staying away from this. So what we are arranging now is to have an MOU with them, and they have actually finally agreed to sign this, whereby they can give us this equipment and give us moratorium, and then allow us to pay at a much easier pace. This, at least 6 of these big companies have keyed into this, and we are still going to recruit more. On this note, on behalf of the national president, I wish us a very successful AGM and conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. That wraps up our detailed messages. Our grand patron says to take our keynote presentation in a couple of minutes. I'll ask Dr. Ned Okoro to please step forward and start preparing to give us the citation. But in the meantime, I will call for a 5-minute not coffee break. This one is.
By the time we are closing the opening ceremony, we must respect our national anthem, and we all rise now for the national anthem. The opening ceremony to officially come to a close. Please, national anthem.